Hi guys, Jay Smith here, down at Borough Golf Range in Suffolk, and today, yep, it's time for Vice Pro Soft ball review time. Right, review time for the Vice Pro Soft. This is a new ball for Vice, completely new for 2017. One thing that sticks out straight away is the fact that it's matte. Every golf ball that I've ever known is glossy. This is definitely not glossy, it's matte. And it initially is a bit of a strange thing to try and get through your little skull, because you look at it straight away, come out the box and think, whoa, okay, that's different. Although you don't get the glare. One good thing on the golf course, I mean, I'm lucky enough, I was sent these about a month or so ago from Vice before they released, just to sort of test them out and do this review, etc. And I've hit some balls on the course, etc. I've done some on-course testing. We'll skip on to that one after we've done this little bit. Manufacturers make this a compression 35, I think it's 35, which basically means in the world of golf balls, it's soft. If you think like Wilson DX2 kind of soft, it is that soft. Vice go on about dimple patterns and how many dimples it's got, and it's a 3-piece cast urethane cover. So basically they say it should spin like a premium ball because it's got that urethane cover. And there's sort of a matte finish for improved visibility during ball flight. What we're going to do, we're going to do some on-course bits so you can see how it performs in the real world on a golf course. Right, we're down at Thetford Golf Course in Norfolk. We're going to do some testing, some real ball testing on the course. We're at the practice ground, a little short game area here at Thetford, just because it's a little bit busy on the course at the moment. They've got a society on and I don't want to get in the way of paying customers. So what we're going to do, we're going to go hit some 58 wedge shots just here. I've got a flag out there, what was it, 75 and a half, 76 yards away or so, and we're going to hit that with a 58 wedge with some Titleist Pro V ones and also the Vice Pro Soft, the new ball from Vice, and see how they perform. Right, 58 wedge, 2 balls, Titleist Pro V1 and 2 Vice Pro Soft. Going to hit this into this green, it's a very small green, little practice range. 74 and a half yards away, 75, 74. Either way, we're going to hit this into and see how they react and see how they spin on GC2. So let's hit this one into the green. Hopefully I can get close to the flag. Wind's not going to push it a bit. That's out, that's just at the back left of the green. Yeah, it's carried 81, 9390. That was Titleist Pro V1. So let's see if we can do the same with the Vice Pro. A bit closer to the flag would be a nice one. That was interesting there, carried 82. What did that spin up? 9450. So I can't remember off the top of my head what was the other one. 9390 or something. So 9450. So within reason, fairly close. Let's hit another one. Let's try and get the strike as best I can do, as close as I can. Oh, that's too hard. I've nailed that. Nailed that a bit too much. Now this green does slope a little bit from back to front, so it does offer a little bit of help when you want a little bit of zip. That was 9.9, so that is getting up there. That's the Titleist Pro V1. This is the last one now with the Vice Pro Soft. Another one in there, that's better. At the back of the green again, and then 9515. So at the moment, the highest spinning one is the Pro V1. Now bearing in mind, we're talking like the first 2 shots I hit, Pro V1, then the Vice. There was next to no difference in it, and that was all down to strike. Then the next shot I hit with the Pro V1 spun up a bit more, 9 something, and then this one, the last one that I hit with the Vice Pro Soft, was 9515. Now, all of them basically carried, you'll better see by the camera, I can't see down there, the other camera will pick it up. How close they were in lengthwise to carrying the same distance, but it'd be interesting to see when it hits grass. And we're only talking between sort of like 9.4 and 9.9. We're only talking about 500 RPM difference between all the 4 shots. Right, now we're down on the course. I was interested in doing a little bit on the old practice ground there with the wedges. You saw that all the balls basically carried very, very similar distances, but even though there was, what, 500 RPM spin difference between all 4, the difference when it comes to when they interacted with the ground, how much some spun and some didn't. So, right, we are on a hole. We've got no real business here hitting driver because it's only a short one, but with ball testing, so we're just gonna have to hit these down there, get on the fairway, pull back from the fairway a little bit and hit into the green. Anyway, I've got Vice Pro Soft first. Yeah, GC2 on the floor. I'll call out the spin numbers so you can see the difference. I'll let you know how they feel and they strike. Let's hit this one down there, hopefully at the fairway, and then I'll let you know how everything felt. Good hit. Does it feel like a really soft thing? Not really. I'm getting to a point with the driver I can't feel the difference when it comes to the soft ball. Anyway, ball speed 157, the launch 12 degrees, 2 spin 270. Right, time to change over for the Pro V1. Right, Pro V1 time. What was it on? 157, 2 spin 270. Be interesting to see if this is any different. So if I can hit the same shot, I'll let you know if it feels any different. A bit more an aggressive line. If anything, I'd say it was fractionally, oh, head off, tingier, but I mean it's just a tiny sound difference to my own ear. 158 ball speed, 12.4 degrees of loft, initial launch, 2 spin 274, so there was 200 RPM in it, 1 mile an hour difference, and 4 yards in it and carry. Right, let's go up there, see how far they carried and see what happens when they interact with the ground and see what difference it actually really makes. 13, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, give or take yards. 23 yards is a lot. Now, out of the 2 shots, I would have probably had the Pro V1, as in if you're going just by data. On the course, okay, it's on an angle, so the pin's over here. I definitely still have the Vice Pro Soft because it's closer. It's 23 yards further, but in real life it's probably best part of say 15 or so. But interesting to see when you hit it on the course, when it reacts with the ground, what difference it actually makes. Right, we've pulled ourselves back now down the fairway because we're a little bit close. And now I have my 7-iron here. My 7-iron carries 158 on average, but the pin is at the back. So we're 163 away, so I don't have the guns to get there in my normal shot, but I'm protecting against going at the back, so the pin is right at the back. So death would be missing the green long because you've got a tiny little bit of green. It's just a devilish up and down. So here is short all day long. So I've got GC2 on the floor, 7-iron in hand. I'm going to hit this now. Driver, if you remember, I couldn't feel the difference when it comes to the 2 different balls. There was a slight, very, very slight sound difference between the 2. So like the Pro V1 was a little bit more, say, tingy, but it was marginal, tiny. We're now into a 7-iron, so I might now start be able to feel the difference. All right, so this one all day long, I've got the ball slightly above my feet here, so it might have a tendency to move to the left, but we'll aim down the right fractionally and then we'll see how it reacts. I've got GC2 on the floor, so get some spin numbers for you. okay, didn't feel too bad at all. Right hand side of the green, I thought that was going to burn back with the ball slightly above my feet, but it didn't. If I would say that's slightly fractionally right and then fractionally short from the point of view of the pin. It's about take on target from the point of view of distance, a little bit to the right. I don't want to go long, so but anyway, felt nice. Spun up at 585, so not bad spin numbers at all for Pro V1. Let's go get this in. There you go, get it in the window. Go again, same shot, exactly the same shot again, and I'm going to see if I can feel the difference between the two balls. It's more on line, definitely more on line. A little bit short again from the point of view of total distance, as in going for the pin, but that's bang on basically my carry, protecting against the long. What's the spin? 6-7-15. Okay. Not even 200 arm difference. Okay. It's identical. Just a quick note on my way to the putting green. Interesting how all the balls so far, regardless of Pro V1 or the Vice Pro Soft, when it comes to the long shots, the driver, I can't really feel much difference at all. No real difference I can see in performance. When it comes to the irons, very little. I can feel the Vice Pro Soft does feel a bit softer. It'll be my wedges that I did over in the short game area. That's where I could feel the difference there between the Vice Pro Soft and also the Pro V1. No real difference as you see in performance because they all carried 5 yards too far. I need to work on my distance control. Still, it's a small green. So we're going to do some putting now and see how they feel when it comes to putting. Right, we're going to do something different now on the putting green, and not going to be using brand new balls. Going to be obviously using the Pro V1 that I use actually for the testing that I did in the closed data, and the ones that I've just been using on the course. So they're getting a little bit scabby now. Getting a little bit of dirt on them, a little bit of green, and also the wall wounds from me hitting them with my 58-degree wedge. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the Vice Pro Soft, also the ones that I've been bashing about. Let's see how these work. I've got a putt here. How far's that? Got to be a good 20 foot. I would have thought, yeah, a good 20 feet. Right, slightly up the hill, slightly off the left. We're going to go from a Pro V1 first. Bit left, didn't curve as much as I thought it would do, fraction long, but not a bad putt from 20 feet I suppose. I like it to get a little bit closer to the hole. The Vice Pro Soft next. Oh. Pro V1, last Pro V1 to go. Last one with the Vice Pro. Oh, it's got to be blue. There you go. Softer. Can very much feel the softness to everything. Do I prefer either or? Not sure. What would I go? I would say if I had to choose, putting wise, I'd have to say the Vice Pro Soft because I just like the dead feel. When it comes to the driver, I can't really feel no real difference. I do like the feel of a softer compression ball. I can't see really in a situation why I wouldn't like it, but interesting. Right, one of the things that are pretty good with these balls, I found out already, is this is what one looks like brand new, that matte finish, and this is what they look like a little bit after they've been used. Properly nasty. They've been in the bunker, they've been on the grass, you can see they're nice and dirty, but one of the good things with these is they clean up brilliantly. So if you was going to, a little bit of fairy liquid or other brands are available. Run around like this. So literally just do a little bit of run around the hands. A little bit of hot water. And a little bit of hot water. Not dry, but as you can see, considering how dirty they were, they've come up absolutely fine, and when they're dried off, they go back to that again. Cool. Right, here we go with the testing of the Vice Pro Soft in the closed conditions with obviously the Vice Pro Soft and the GC2. I use my 58-degree wedge, my 6-iron, my MP57 6-iron, and then obviously my 8-degree Ping G30 LS Tech. Give it a bash. I've hit, I think, let's have a look. Let's start with the 58-degree. I've done, what, 6 shots with each? Let's go for the Vice Pro Soft first, because that's the ones I hit first anyway. On average, I had 81 miles an hour. Now, I was trying to hit these as well, like about 95 yards, give or take. But I was sort of trying to hit 80 miles an hour. Looking at the difference, I've got 81 miles an hour on the Vice Pro Soft, so give or take there. On the Pro V1, 80. Bear in mind, on the second set with my 58, I was starting to dial in my rhythm of hitting. So that's the reason why you can see everything is a little bit more consistent when it comes to the miles an hour, because I'm starting to get used to hitting the same shot every single time. Right. Launch angle 27.1 on the Pro V1, 28.8 on the Vice Pro Soft. Now, bearing in mind, I did have one on the Pro V1s that I thinned very slightly. The strike was slightly low, which then brought it down to 22 degrees. Now, if I take that one away, dunk, there it goes up to 28, and then the Vice Pro Soft at 28.8. So within 0.8 of a degree. So within reason, nothing. Pop that one back in. I was hitting little draws, that's just me. You look at the spin. Right, now the Pro V1 was spinning at 10.557. So spinning up there quite well. The Vice Pro Soft was spinning up at 10.170. So what's that? 380 RPM, give or take. Now 380 RPM is well within my strike differences. I mean, if you look there, I went on the Vice Pro Soft, I went from 9.1 up to 10.5. Yeah, where you look at the Vice on the Pro V1, I went from 10.1 again. I went up to 10.8. So you can see, you could argue that okay, that the Pro V1 is spinning fractionally more. I'm talking fractions more than, but well within strike. Okay, when it comes to peak height, if I take that miss hit that I had out of the equation, it's 21.8 against 23.3. So you could say that the Vice Pro Soft is going up slightly higher, but then the descent angle is about a degree steeper. So when it comes to the real world, there'd be very little you could actually see in the difference, but there's a very slight difference there. One carried, the Pro V1 carried 94. This the Vice Pro Soft, sorry, carried at 96. So within reason, very, very close. When I test other balls, so like distance balls, etc., there is a noticeable drop in spin. So we're being picky. I'm being really picky over like 300 RPM or etc., where a different ball alone will make like 4,000 spin difference. So this is well within strike. So basically within reason, what I'm saying is, performance-wise, they are the same ball. Feel-wise, massively different. When it comes to what I felt in obviously the closed conditions was the wedge shots with the Vice Pro Soft, you noticeably felt it softer. Now, how do you say feel? I don't know. It sounds duller and does feel soft, whatever you want to equate what feel means. Right, let's go to the 6-irons. Again, Pro V1, Vice Pro Soft, hit 6 shots with each. Pro V1, 120 mile an hour ball speed. Vice Pro Soft, 119. 1 mile an hour in it, not a lot at all. 16.2 when it comes to launch angle for the Pro V1, 16.1 for the Vice Pro Soft. So again, near enough exactly the same. Little tire, well, on the Vice Pro I had tiny little draw, and then on the Pro V1 I averaged a very tiny fade. So my face was just slightly open to a path when it comes to the Pro V. Well, I've got a path which is fairly square, so depending on what my face is doing, it does have a tendency to it's slightly closed draw, slightly open, and then it starts to fade. But we're so small, it won't really make any difference at all. Backspin for the Pro V1, 5,000, 4,993. When it comes to the Vice Pro Soft, from 4,993 to 4,895. 100. What's that? Yeah, it's 100 RPM, 98. So, yeah, nothing in it at all. Peak height for the Pro V1. The Pro V1 went slightly higher, 29.3 to 28.7. In the air, you would never see that. That's like, yeah. 43.7 descent angle degrees, the Pro V1. 43.2 when it comes, right, 174 yards, 173 yards. They're the same. Feel-wise now, I'm starting, when it comes to the 6-iron, not saying I couldn't feel the difference, but the feeling between the Pro V1 and the Vice Pro Soft was starting to diminish. Where it comes to the wedge, I could definitely feel the difference when it comes to the softness or perceived softness of the ball. When it comes to the iron, I was starting to lose the feeling of it. Now, whether it's because obviously starting to hit it harder, etc., I don't know. But that's what I felt. The gap was starting to get smaller and smaller. Right, driver. Vice Pro Soft against the Pro V1 again. When it comes to, let's do the Vice Pro Soft first, 156 miles an hour, average ball speed. Pro V1, 155. So very, very close. Bear in mind, on the Vice Pro Soft, I had on the last strike, I had quite a high toe hit, which made the launch jump up a bit, and obviously dropped the spin off, but also took the ball speed off. So if I was to take that one off, the ball speed now goes to 158, and the Pro V1's 155. Now, is there enough there to say that there is a ball speed difference between the Vice Pro Soft and the Pro V1? If you look at the numbers, there is a 3 mile an hour difference. I would say that's got to do more with the slight variables in my swing speed of every single swing, because there will be I'm not a robot, so there will be slight differences, and then strike. So, but within reason, they're very, very similar. 15.1 launch for the Vice Pro Soft against 14.6, half a degree in it, not a lot. I had these little baby draws, little pull draws, fraction pull draws with both. Backspin. 22.90 for the Vice Pro Soft, 21.69 for the Pro V1. So what's that? 131. No real difference. Guys, bear in mind when it comes to the driver, you can see by the toe strike that I hit there, it's gone down to 12.49. 12.49. And then I've gone up to what, 2.6. I mean, that's 1,400 RPM difference I'm making in strike alone. When it comes to the Pro V, I've gone from 2.8 down to, what was that, 18.34, so there's 1,000. You can see, so strike's making all this difference. Peak height in yards, 41.6 against 37.9, so you could argue, that with that slightly higher launch, it's half a degree difference in the Pro V1 that's slightly lowered against the Vice Pro Soft slightly higher, at half a degree, and its fraction more spin and its fraction more speed has gained it slightly more height. So it's gone up to 41.6 against the Pro V1's 37.9, but I mean it's 3 and a bit yards, so you would potentially see that. 42 degree descent angle against 40 degrees, so 2 degrees in it, 278 to 275. The Vice Pro Soft is going further, but it's 3 yards. So you'd say if you've done a large enough data set, this is 6 shots each, you wouldn't see no difference, I'm guessing. I mean, obviously I'd be here all day if I'd done 1,000 shots with each. Right, that was the technical gumph part. Now, I thought to myself, am I missing the plot here? Because these balls were designed for slower swing speed people, or that's what manufacturers say when they make a lower compression ball. So I thought, am I missing the plot here? Am I doing something which is a little bit kind of defeating the object of the design of the ball? So what I did, I went and got, we have here at Very Golf Range a lady assistant professional. So obviously, being a lady, she swings slightly slower than I do. So I thought, well, what I'll do, being assistant pro, she's fairly decent at strike, so she can repeat. So I thought, well, am I getting to a point where I'm starting to lose the whole idea of the design of the ball? Get her to hit it, doesn't swing so hard, will she feel a big difference? Bearing in mind, when it comes to the driver, when I hit the driver with both balls, I could now not feel no difference between the both of the balls. I could not feel it. Right, we'll go very quickly into her information, because she done 7 shots with each. I think 7 shots with the first lot, and so she's going 69 miles an hour, 69 miles an hour, both balls exactly the same. Half a degree difference in launch. Spin was within reason, like 300 RPM difference in spin when it comes to, but 300 RPM when something's spinning up at like 9,500 revs, it's very little to nothing. Peak height was very, very similar. Descent angle was very, very similar. Carry distance exactly the same. So when it comes to the wedges, exactly the same. Right, let's go for the 6 irons. 109, 110, 1 mile an hour in here. The Vice Pro just pipped it by 1 mile an hour. Launch angle, now there is a difference now when it comes to the launch, when it comes to the 6 iron. The 6 iron was for Ellie, she was hitting that up at 21 degrees against the Pro V at nearly on 19. So there was a 2 degree difference there. Now I'm looking at, there's a few here, if I was to look at them, there's a couple here that are down at 15 or 15.9 degrees. So whether she's sitting slightly low on the face, I'm not quite sure, but her own feedback to me was she could really feel the softness of the ball. At a slower swing speed, she could really feel the softness of the ball with both the wedge and also the 6 iron. So there's a slight difference when it comes to the Vice Pro Soft. It spins very, very slightly lower as well, which means there's a 6-yard difference in overall carry. Now, driver. Ellie hit a few more here, because this is where with the driver you are going to start dispersion start going to go a little bit, yeah, with strike, etc. So she hit quite a few. Try and get a decent data set. Right, 130 miles an hour with the Pro V1, 131 with the Vice Pro Soft. 14, 7, 14, 1 launch angle, basically now enough exactly the same. Tiny little draws because she's a drawer of the ball. 2991 spin against 2915. Exactly the same. And then 27.4 to 29.6 of the Vice Pro popping up a little bit higher. We're talking like 2 yards. And then 38.1 to 39.5 descent angle, 205 yards carry against 210. So the Vice ball slightly longer by 5 yards. So basically, when it comes to performance, the Vice Pro Soft and the Pro V1 perform identically, give or take. I mean, the data set is obviously a certain amount. To get them perfect, you need them obviously a lot larger data set, which would take like a week to do. But this is a big enough data set to get the idea that I got the feeling straight away when I started hitting these with a 50 out. I thought, hang on a minute, this is going to be the same as the Vice Pro. Exactly the same, exactly the same. So I thought, why am I missing the plot here? Let's get a slower swing speed player to hit it, see if they can see any difference. Now, she didn't see any difference in performance-wise between the two, but what she did feel the difference was feel of the ball. She loved the ball. She loves this, where is it? My pocket. This Vice Pro Soft. She loves the feel of it because it's so soft. Now, she feels that she can commit to it, whatever her own words are, and she loves it. Now, will she change because she's a Pro V1 user? Will she change? I don't know. From just what she said in the test, yes, she did. She loved it, and she might change over. We don't know, but we'll just have to see. I like the feel of this. So to cut a long story short, these balls perform exactly the same as a Pro V1. Now, I could have said that right at the start. I could have cut down a massive video and just said, yeah, they just perform exactly the same. But people want to see the data. There's the data. This is a drilled down, detailed review. But I think it was important to go for this information so people can actually see when you drill down into it, that how close these premium balls are, whether they cost £4 a ball or a lot less than that. Right, thanks for watching. I know this review has been a very long-winded one, but I think people liked my Vice Pro, my initial Vice Pro review, because of its detailedness. When it comes to reviews, there's a lot of reviews that just do like a few minutes, job done kind of thing, and people glean a certain amount of information from that. But there's a lot of times where I feel, especially when I'm watching video reviews, because I do the exact same thing as you do, I'm kind of wanting for like more. And hopefully this review is giving you every single thing possible to know about the new Vice Pro Soft, how it performs against, say, a Pro V1. If your decisions are, I want a premium ball but the feel, nice soft feel, well, that's an idea to try the new Vice Pro Soft. Right, I hope you liked the video. If you did, click the like button below. Also, if you can, press the little thing over here to subscribe. Thanks for watching. It was a bit of a long-winded video, yes it was, but I thought it was important to try and get all the detailed review bits and pieces out there, all the information, so you could go away and know if you're going to give it a go or not.